in and have a seat. And just so you know that I'm a detective from Lakeville. My name is Kelly, and this is my partner Russ, also a detective. And we would like to talk with you today about kind of what's been going on. But in order for me to do that, though, I do need to read you your rights because you are in custody, okay? So, like I said, we always know there's two sides to every story, and that's why we're here, okay? So before we can go any further, I do have to read this to you, though. All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I've explained to you?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, do you understand why you're here?
All I was told is that I was picked up for an HRO violation.
Okay. And you got picked up in Eden Prairie, okay, when you're dropping your son off at school.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why I was there, because I wanted to avoid a violation.
Okay. So, just so I can show you, so we're on the same page here. Oh, here, this is right here. So, it looks like these are some emails that you had sent Cody, and you had asked about school, kind of like wondering, what does he need, what's the location, because I know there's been some concern over.
Oh, this was a chain. He wasn't supposed to be in on this. This was an ongoing chain between his attorney and his mom.
Okay.
He wasn't supposed to be in on that one.
Okay.
I didn't realize he was attached in that.
Okay.
Because I've had his attorney and his mom and her legal assistant in ongoing conversations. So I just hit reply and then type this up because he hasn't been telling me anything about Colton's school or anything.
Okay.
But he wasn't supposed to be in on that.
So then I understand Judge Mayer did order though for him to go to JFK? Is that?
He did, yeah. But the problem is the HRO says that I can't be within 1 mile of his house. JFK is 0.7 miles from Cody's house. Okay. So that means I can't be at my son's school.
Yep.
So I told Cody, I don't want to miss my son's first day of kindergarten. Just meet me at Eden Prairie. It's neutral ground. I will take him, do the picture thing or whatever, and then if you want to take him with, that's totally fine. Whatever the case may be. But then, at least we both can enjoy it. Because HRO doesn't include our son. I'm not going to be alienated from my kid. But I didn't want to go to JFK because I didn't want to violate. So that's why I was like, well, it's kind of ironic that I'm being arrested for a violation when I knew I would take contempt of court. But I'd rather do that than a violation.
Okay. So then, here's one directly to him that you did on the 31st.
That's OFW. We're allowed to speak on OFW. Okay. And we're supposed to have phone calls every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from the child to the opposing parent.
Okay. So when I read the restraining order, though, it said absolutely no electronic communication.
It says OFW. I have the order.
Okay.
I have all of them.
Okay.
See, that's what I knew it. I knew he probably left something out when he was calling you guys and reporting violations. Because I was like, there's no way I violated.
So on the OFW, what are you supposed to only talk about? Just your son, Colton, correct?
Well, yeah, change times, anything of that nature. All communication is done on there except for the phone calls every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
So, even tonight, I'm supposed to be able to call Colton at 7 o'clock to talk to him.
Okay.
But the order just says OFW communications. But he didn't have OFW when those email threads were sent, which is why I replied to that email thread with his mom and his attorney, because I knew I couldn't talk to him. And so, on my phone, it just had, the compact version. So it just says, CM, Cheryl Myers.
Okay. But the thing is, Jessica, is that, however, though, you're not supposed to be doing this stuff on, if you are allowed to talk only about the kid on this form of communication, this is where you kind of start to go into, how you're upset with him and I've looked at email and many more emails, and I have text messages, I have recorded phone calls that I've listened to, and you're very, very angry with him.
Yeah, rightfully so. I helped this guy through treatment and didn't take his kid away when he pled guilty to child neglect. And now all of a sudden I'm the devil. Yeah. I'm upset. I've been manipulated and I've been screwed over for the past couple of years, and it sucks to finally realize that. And then when somebody denies it and then goes into court and says you're abusive and you're a bad mom and you're none of those things, it's really, really frustrating. But even still, this has to do with our son. If you keep reading through it, it has to do with it.
But see how you're badgering and accusatory, and I mean, this is the stuff that, you know, is getting you in trouble, because I understand you're mad. Like, I've never been in a situation that you're in, so I can't say I've been there, but I can understand why you're mad, okay? You know, if you're, like I said, we downloaded his phone. He has 7,715 messages between the two of you, mostly from you, from April to August 13th. So 7,000.
Would that include his deleted text messages or ones that...
So it was forensically downloaded by we have a detective who is forensically trained to look at electronics. So it was downloaded, and we see some of his messages to you.
Do you see all of the 7 years of nude photos of mine that he still has, or...?
No, that was not in the scope of our looking at, so we're not going to look at that.
So I guess why am I here right now? What did I violate?
Well, you violated the DANCO because you contacted him, and you violated the restraining order.
How? Well, how did I contact him?
So when I looked at the restraining order and stuff, it did not say that you could contact through this.
It does.
Okay.
Judge Carter's order specifically states, that was placed on Thursday, it specifically states it, OFW. I don't know, did you look at Judge Mayer's, or I don't know, or O'Brien's, the original one?
Well, I will go back and do some digging. However, even if that is okay for you to contact him, let's just say that it is okay for you to contact him through this type of communication, you still can't be doing this. It's strictly to say about your son then. It's not okay then to be, you know...
Yeah, this is. Like, you should be thanking me instead of being a jerk to me and pressing false charges against me. Like, if we go on, but even still, like, it's interpretation of whether it has to do with our child or not.
You're talking about a judge and a pedophile getting a 9-year... I mean, so, right, none of that is relevant. You're supposed to...
That's a matter of opinion, though.
But you're not supposed to be contacting him to begin with.
If you read the order, it says that I
can't be doing this, Jessica. You're getting yourself into trouble.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know that, like, I didn't know it's, like, that specific. Like, but it does say that we can discuss things and that we are supposed to have phone calls.
And what does it specifically say you can discuss?
It just says that we're supposed to have communication on OFW. Like, this order is, like, super, like, very, very basic. Like, it's not, like, specified. And that's why I motioned for amendment, because...
For example, maybe next time you'll decide not to file an HRO just to avoid being held accountable for your lack of manhood.
Yeah, this happened last time.
But again, do you see how you're harassing? This is a harassing statement.
Do you realize that he filed an HRO against me and was sleeping with me the entire time?
See how you're angry about that, though?
Yeah, well, because who does that and then uses it against somebody to ruin their life?
You can't let go.
It's still happening.
I have read tons of text messages of you harassing him, harassing his mother, like calling her cunt,
because she's in on it. They are alienating me as a mom.
But you see how that's harassment?
Do you see how parental alienation? Why are you accusing me?
I don't see them doing that to you. I don't have any evidence of them.
You guys haven't let me give you evidence. I've been asking to submit evidence for a while, and I'm being lied to by Lakeville Police that police reports aren't ready. I am being told that I can't submit evidence during HRO hearings. I'm being told that I can't see my child. Like, nobody's letting me. I could give you so much if you want.
You know, what about these emails even about him moving, and then he finally tells you once he's moved where he's moved to, and then you start sending him map things of, no, that's not where you are, and then you even send him a picture of his mailbox.
So I have a friend who he knows that I have a friend that lives in Lakeville in these apartments, and my friend was like, is your kid's dad my neighbor? And I was like, what are you talking about?
And what's your name?
And it's a him. It's a guy.
Okay, what's his name then?
Dominic.
Okay, and what's his last name?
Well, I'm not going to tell you that information.
Well, then you need to help me prove that it was Dominic then who did this and not you, because I think this was you who went and did this.
How would I even find this? I'm not going to go run around
Lakeville. Because you sent him pictures on MapQuest of where he's staying and saying, I see your car. Ooh, I see your mommy's helping you move. I mean,
I did not say I see your mom's helping you move. However, I know that his mom's helping him move because I know this family. Like, I know that for a fact, because the last time he moved, when there was a restraining order in place, it was me helping him move. And nobody filed a restraining order then. There was a restraining order, and I spent the whole week helping
We're
him
talking
move.
about this, though.
I'm just showing you, like, a history. Like, I'm not stalking the guy. I just want to know the proper address because he's moved multiple times and not told me.
But the thing is he tells you what the address is, and then you send like 4 or 5 emails calling him a liar and asking if there's any other adults or children there.
This has happened
and then
before.
telling him your car is parked at 8640.
Yeah, because my friend lives there.
Your last
and my
name
friend
is on
was
the
like,
mailbox. The white pages has someone listed at that address, and that's a condo for sale. And then clearly you have something to hide. So it's just like boom, you keep sending and sending and sending and sending and sending, and he is not doing that to you.
Are you kidding me? This guy's been stalking me by my IP address. Have you looked at our court transcripts? He literally just 2 weeks ago in court is saying that I was homeless living at a campground. I was staying at a Ramada hotel when literally none of those
But again,
things
I'm not
were
talking about that right now. I'm talking about these emails that you have
and I'm trying to tell you the buildup. You're not even letting me speak. All you're doing is blaming me, and you want 2 sides to every story. I'm telling you both sides to every story right now. This is why I get frustrated.
Because again, by you telling me you were at a campground, it doesn't tell me why you sent him like 5 or 6 emails, one after the other, accusing him of being at the wrong address.
Okay, and where are his emails in response? Because they were back to back to back to back. It wasn't just me talking to myself. He was emailing me back as well. But if we want to continue with that, that's fine. I will be glad to explain that. Last summer, if I had not known his address when he was found passed out by a dumpster in Northfield, the police would not have known where to find our minor child. He has also done this 3 other times.
I don't care about that. That's in the past. I also know that he dropped charges on you for trying to send pornographic images of him, too.
He did not drop those. They were dismissed, actually.
I saw
their
criminal history.
They were dismissed, and I did not send pornographic photos, actually.
You were going to.
No, I wasn't.
I know them.
No, I wasn't. I really? Because I've been told that report's not available.
That's through a different county.
It's
through Rice County. That's not through
Okay, Rice County was literally the charge of sending, not the intent of. It's the charge of sending them, and Rice County dismissed them. Cody did not. They dismissed them, just like all of my other restraining order violations, because they saw what he was doing. They saw he was abusing the restraining order. The reason I'm so concerned about his address is because he has moved with our son 3 other times and did not tell me where, did not tell me when, or anything.
Is there somewhere something that tells you that he has to tell you exactly where he's living?
Yes, we have joint legal custody.
So he did through this email, and then you accosted him 6 or 7 more times through email saying that he's lying, it's not true, here's a copy of your mailbox.
Because it doesn't make sense to me why somebody would withhold it for months and months and months when 4 months ago he wanted me to be his wife and move in with him.
See, we're going back to that, your anger. We're going back to that anger of you were mad that he wanted to marry you, not marry you, he cheated on you.
It's that I don't understand why you're withholding your address, and like you're afraid that I'm going to have your lease rescinded and all of these things.
He doesn't have to tell you if he has a significant other.
Yes, he does.
You're like obsessed with this.
No,
you are
I'm not.
I have the emails and
about
do you know
my
that he
son.
records every
Are you
conversation?
going to accuse me or question me?
He records every conversation that you call him, and I have every conversation of you swearing and yelling and saying that you're going to withhold the child. That's deprivation of parental rights.
I'm going to withhold.
I have all this evidence against you of stalking, harassing, and deprivation. How you're not going to give Colton to him.
So are you going to question or accuse me?
Drop the affidavits. And then I'll let you see Colton. I have that conversation.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you? And when was that? Are we going back in the past now, or are you living in the present? Because I guarantee you I have not talked to him on the phone in a very long time. So if we're going to do the present, we're going to do the present, or we can do the past. Are you here to question me or accuse me?
About all this.
You're not even letting me talk.
Tell me who Dominic is. Tell me who Dominic is.
That's none of your concern. You don't need to know. He's not a part of this.
It doesn't help me prove this was
me. It doesn't help you prove it was me either.
I know it was you.
Really? How?
And you jumping out of the bushes, biting his arm?
What bushes?
At the apartment complex when we arrested you for 5th-degree assault?
Really? Because that's not even what it says. That's not even what it says. It says I broke into the building, actually, if we're going to get the story straight. It says I broke into the building and jumped around the corner and bit him. Broke into a secured building. Yep. Broad daylight.
Yep. Do you know that when he called 911, we can hear your voice in the background, so we know that you were there?
Are you kidding me? That's not
true.
Bye,
Colton, honey, love you.
That is not true. That could have been.
I have your voicemail that can prove it's you. You can alter that. We can prove
I have a neighbor.
You can alter that. You
can
alter it.
Any other woman that has a voice like me could have been standing there doing it too. Are you kidding me?
That's right. Someone has the same voice as you.
Where's the bite mark? Do you have a picture of the bite mark? I'd like to see that.
I'm not bringing that now.
You don't have that.
I'm talking about
have that. You have a woman talking in the background. That's what you have. A woman talking in the background who sounds somewhat like me. That's what you have.
That's what you're assuming.
And you're assuming it was me. But you just said I jumped out of the bushes. Really? It's not what he told you guys. And when was I arrested? I wasn't arrested until the next day.
And you need to stop.
I'm not obsessed. You are not here to accuse me. I'm not obsessed with him.
That's my job.
Really?
Have you have the evidence
Have
to
you looked
prove?
at the bottom of his foot?
To prove.
Have you looked
I don't care about the bottom of his foot.
Well,
I
he has
care
my
about
name
you
tattooed on the
harassing.
bottom of his foot, and I'm obsessed? I'm sorry. He was sleeping with me during a entire restraining order, and I'm obsessed?
Once again, going back to him cheating on you, you're angry, you're upset. That's why
No,
you can't let
I
this
think
go.
it's funny that
That's
you're
why
here
you can't let
accusing
this-
me.
You
Are
said
you
that
here
you were
to
going to
accuse me, or are we
violate.
here to discuss?
You said you were going to violate the order. Judge Mayer said. You said you were
I
going
said
to
I
violate
didn't want to. That's why I didn't go to Lakeville, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to violate it. That's what I said to him on OFW. Where are those messages? Because I said specifically, hey,
You were
man,
supposed to meet and give him Colton, and
it's
you
not in
didn't.
the order. There is no transfer yet. That's why I filed an amendment, and I put it in my amended order that, hey, we didn't discuss transfer, how we're going to do this. We didn't discuss school, how we're going to do this. We need to amend this. That was last week. I was just waiting on it, and I even told him that. I said, hey, man, I don't want to violate. I don't want there to be any hearsay, so let's just wait until this amended order comes out. I figured that was safe for everybody. Let's meet at Eden Prairie, then we can both do the co-parent thing, enjoy the kindergarten day, because it's about our son, and our son is not protected on that.
But that's the thing. It's not about your son. All you want to do is yell and scream at him and call him a liar and a loser and a bad dad. That's all you want to do. That's what all
when
these
I'm having
people are.
4 different criminal charges pressed against me of theft and assault and kidnapping and all these other things. That's not what I was told. That's not what Bloomington told me. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting so many different things from so many police departments. I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I was supposed to start at Hamlin today.
Because you're doing things that are criminal.
I didn't steal his phone. I didn't bite him. I didn't assault him. I didn't do any of those things. Yeah, do I get a little upset and I get a little boisterous? Yeah. It's because I've been with this man for on and off for 7 years.
You're not doing
and
what's best for your child.
Neither is he.
You are more out to get him right now than to do what's best for your child.
I'm not out to get anybody. The guy pled guilty to child neglect and I still didn't take his kid. I doubt that I'm out to get him. All I'm out to do is just be co-parents. That's all I've been trying to do. But when I keep getting phone calls,
So when Judge Mayer
Bill,
says that he has to go to JFK, and then you go on this tirade calling him,
No, that's fine.
on this communication when you're not supposed to, you know.
There's nothing that says we cannot talk on our family wizard. It doesn't
So let's see,
specify
you
what
sent it
we're
at
supposed to do.
9:48, 6:52. I mean, it's like you keep, and then, I'm not kidding you, like on his phone, all these text messages and all these voicemails. And
That's not a violation.
it's like, but I'm talking to show the stalking. Like, you
I'm
just
not
can't let it
stalking
go.
him.
When you call somebody multiple times a day and text right after the next, and
Do you mean when they tell you they're going to have their son call you and then you don't hear from them for 5 days and now you're freaked out?
There's no order that says he has to.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is considering the last time that happened, he was found passed out by a dumpster, yeah, it scares the shit out of me when I go 5 days without hearing from him, because I'm like...
And I'm sure that sucks, but unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that.
Okay, and that's why I went to Judge Mayer. That's why I went to Judge Mayer, and Judge Mayer ordered Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that we are to call at 7 p.m.
And when did that come out?
What was it, last week? We've had 3 court hearings.
Okay, so that's brand new, so that hasn't even been implemented yet. So
Neither has Judge Hartger's order either. That's what I'm telling you. Judge Hartger's order was just put on Thursday last week. This hasn't even been a week old. I haven't violated it. Judge Carter just...
You guys served the HRO last week, okay?
On Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it says that you cannot contact him through email communication.
I didn't mean to. That was an ongoing thread that had already been started. It only has the little bubbles that say, like, CM, Cheryl Myers, TH, Tori Applehoff, or TA or whatever, and so on. It doesn't say full names. I didn't know he was in that thread. But even still, I'm just talking about our kids' school. It's one of those things where it's like, well, shit, man, it's not like I, intended, sorry, it's not like I intended to, harass him or anything. Like, I'm asking specific questions, and there's a reason I sent it to his mom and to his attorney. And everything else is on OFW because he messaged me, hey, by the way, you emailed me in that, and I was like, oh, sorry, my bad, I didn't mean to, I didn't, I didn't think I even had. And then he literally threatened me the other night and told me, if you don't bring Colton to JFK in the morning, you know what's going to happen, don't test me on this. But I'm being threatening and abusive.
So he does not need to ask Colton where he is at or located.
Yeah, because every time I do that, Cody gets mad. Cody gets mad if I say, hey, babe, where are you at? What'd you do
But
today?
you're doing this best for your child.
But he's doing this for the best of his child?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you show any of this stuff to a jury and they're going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah, and if you guys actually quit locking me up enough to give me a chance to produce everything I have,
then stop breaking the law.
What law did I break?
You violated the Danko and you violated...
No, I didn't.
And you violated the restraining order.
No, I did not.
I have a citation here for you to let you know that.
Let's go print the order. Let's go print the order right now so that you can see that I did not violate the order. I did not violate it at all. We are allowed to talk
and then you lied saying that there was an order in place that you filed in the county. There was no such thing. There was nothing. Nothing was there. Nothing, and it was not implemented.
I have the order. I have the number. I have the file number.
It's not active.
I didn't know that, but at the time it was. At the time it was. I had filed it literally the day after I got out of jail, the first time, when I was held, pending investigation, and there wasn't anything, and I still had yet to receive the police report or even the complaint. Those charges are going to get dismissed. I haven't even got the complaint yet. I don't even know what is being said about me, what's being used against me. I went into the HRO hearing, hadn't even got anything from that either. I even told the judge, I don't even know what he's talking about. I can't refute anything if I'm not even given the proper documentation to do so. All I'm trying to do is get through all of these things. There's a reason all of my past HRO violations were dismissed. I did plead guilty to some of them. I owned up to them and I handled it. I also helped support him through a really tough time where I could have taken our kid. It's not about stalking. It's just about basic knowledge.
But the thing is you can't let it go. You can't just talk to him about school. You constantly throw in there how he's a bad dad and how he's...
It doesn't say he's a bad dad.
His manhood.
It doesn't say he's a bad dad. Yeah, because what kind of man does this?
But you have to stop that.
Who does that?
You're going to keep on getting in trouble if you keep doing that.
Okay, and then
you're going to wind up in jail a lot.
Tell me that. I don't want to be in jail.
What do you think this conversation's been about this entire time?
It sounds like you're accusing me.
Because you're doing it, and I'm trying to tell you to stop.
But he can do it, and it's okay. Because you guys only look at one half of the story. Because if I came to you guys and said,
you know what, Jessica, I called you a couple weeks ago, and you didn't call. I left a message. You called me.
I did call you. Is your last name Anderson?
No, it's Coughlin.
I did call you back. I called you after Bloomington.
And then I called you again, and you never called me back.
I didn't get anything. I'm sorry if I missed that voicemail, but I've been getting a lot of calls from a lot of cops in the past, 4 weeks. And it's all around Cody. I'm sorry if I missed that one.
Because you're not doing what you should be doing.
I'm trying
If you want to be a good mom and you want Colton in your life,
I'm still a good mom. Excuse me, hold on. No, we're going to stop right there. We're stopping right there. I am a good mom. Do not say that again. If I want to be a good mom, I am a good mom. If it wasn't for me, I didn't pass out by a dumpster. I did not pass out by a dumpster overdosing on benzos, okay?
I know you have fake Facebook accounts.
No, I don't.
Really?
I don't.
We can go on and on about
I don't even think my Facebook account is active anymore. I literally fell off social media after I found out he's been stalking me on social media, screenshotting my stuff after I had him blocked.
If you want to be looked upon as a good mom in the court, you need to stop this.
We are not here to decide if I'm a good mom or not. I did not pass out by a dumpster overdosing on benzos. I've never hurt my child. I've never done anything.
And Cody's not trying to sell pornographic videos on Pornhub either.
Neither was I. I don't even know what Pornhub page he's talking about. But the only one who's ever mentioned anything about Pornhub was him. And I have those text messages too where he's talking about, oh, well, you and I should be a cam couple. Who do you think recorded our sex tape? Wasn't me. You ever watched it? I didn't record it. I didn't have it in my possession. I never sent it to anybody. I'm a lot of things, but aspiring porn star isn't one of them. I'm sorry. I was supposed to start handling today. I have a full degree that I'm working on. Porn's not really my thing. I wish, because that would make me probably a lot more money than wasting my money in the courts and in school. He had 7 years of a shrine of illicit photos and videos of me. He was the only one that had them. I don't even have those anymore.
The thing is just because he's obviously hurt you in so many different ways, unimaginable, okay? But you gotta let it go now.
That's why I'm just trying. That's what I'm trying to do, but I can't do it. I keep getting calls from cops, and then you stop
doing the harassing part. You need to let it go.
I've been getting calls from cops since June. Since June.
Stop doing the stalking part and let it go.
I didn't do this. What, you think I walked
Then let me
into a bunch
prove.
of different
Then let me
buildings?
prove you didn't do it. Tell me who Dominic is then.
Dude, I'm not going to pull my friend into this when he had nothing to do with it.
If you are innocent, you would help me
scared for him.
prove you're innocent. Because not only do I prove things that are wrong, I also try to prove people that didn't do it either. That's also my job, is to clear people.
It sounds like you haven't done any of that for me. And all I've heard is I'm a bad mom, I'm obsessed with Cody, I'm stalking
That's
him.
what you're reeling and putting in your own mind. Okay?
Didn't you literally just sit here and say, if you want to be seen as a good mom?
If you want to show the court you're a good mom, because what does the court see?
My motherhood is
The court sees black and white. The court sees you continuously harassing him and verbally abusing him nonstop in these emails, text messages, and voicemails. So
But I don't
show the court
But I can't do the same. I can't
that you're
present.
not like that, then you need to stop doing it.
When do I get to present all of the nasty things that he said to me and done to me? When do I get to do that? I'm sorry I never called the cops on him because I feel like you guys have better things to do than deal with ridiculous family matters. When do I get to produce all of the, fuck you, you can go to hell, I'm going to fucking kill you? When do I get to submit any of that? Him spitting in my face?
When you file a report.
Well, I guess I probably should have, but I guess I was too busy being a piece of shit mom. I was more worried about
See,
just...
and again, I never called you at all a piece of shit mom.
No, but you
At
didn't
all.
really call me a good one. You're sitting here telling me I'm not doing this in the best interest for my kid, but I never
You're
called the
not,
cops on
because
him.
you are
Because I never called the cops on my
the
kid's
crap
dad.
out of Cody.
I'm not harassing him. I'm pointing out to him how this is so
Time
fucked up.
after time
This has
after
happened again.
time after time again, you're
Yes,
pointing out to
because
him.
this has happened. This has ruined my life before.
So you want
And
to
he
ruin
promised
his.
me, no.
So
I
then
just
why
want
are
him
you
to
sending
stop.
him 500 emails a day constantly
It's not
berating
500.
him?
Maybe because I'm the only reason he still has his son in his life. Do you realize that child neglect falls under the Domestic Abuse Act? And under the Domestic Abuse Act, child neglect is subdivision 2, and it specifically states in Minnesota that there's a presumption that joint custody is not in the best interest? I could have taken custody like that, gone home to my family, and that would have been it. But I didn't. So I'm sorry if I'm a little pissed that I literally went above and beyond when everybody told me I was crazy, told me don't believe him, don't listen to him, and I supported my co-parent. I put him through treatment. I'm still talking.
This is where we're at
I'm
now.
trying to answer why I'm building up to that. Why are you cutting me off? If you're going to ask me a question, please let me finish it.
You've already told us this.
Okay, so maybe I'm a little frustrated at the fact that now, all of a sudden, I'm a bad mom and I'm abusive and I'm stalking and I'm this. I'm sorry that maybe I had 200 to 400 screenshots disproving all of their lies to me when it finally hit me. Holy shit.
You can't let this go. You can't let him go.
Oh my God.
You can't.
It has nothing to do about that. And
You admitted to me that you are harassing him because...
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say I'm harassing
I can play back
him.
the tape that you...
I did not say I'm harassing him.
You can't get over it. You can't let him go because
Oh my
you could have took him
God.
away, but you didn't, so you have every
I
right now to
didn't.
go after him.
I didn't say that. I did not say I'm harassing him. What I'm saying is that is what leads to my frustration, and that's what leads to so many correspondences, because I'm trying to get him to have an aha moment like, holy shit, she's right, maybe I am acting a little out of line. Like, this is all retaliation because I filed for custody in June. He literally just slept with me 2 months ago, but I'm sure he didn't tell you that either.
Again, what's
Right.
Like, seriously, who
Because
cares?
it just shows he's not afraid. He's not afraid. I'm not harassing him. He's just playing the victim on something that's not
sending
happening.
these emails and questioning his manhood and calling him a bad dad and constantly throwing...
But calling me a bad mom and calling me abusive, calling me
calling
homeless.
him a liar.
So
when
he can
sends you the
falsify
address.
police reports. He can falsify police reports, criminal charges. He can falsify statements in court that I'm homeless, that I don't have a job, that I'm unstable, that I'm mentally unstable, and that's okay? No, this is a two-way street. I'm not the only one here. I am not the only one here that is a participant
I'm not
in it.
saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's completely innocent. It takes two
Sounds
to
a whole
tango.
lot like Jessica's causing all of it and Cody's the victim. When really, I'm sitting here frustrated because I'm being berated and called a piece of shit mom for your
You're such a
sake.
piece of shit dad. What a great example.
Yeah, what kind of dad does
it's
that?
Like, boom,
Who does
boom,
that?
boom. Like, how many,
Yeah.
like, look at all these
I have a
texts.
First Amendment right to have an opinion. I don't need to like my ex.
Harassment.
That's called First Amendment right to
It's called
speak.
stalking and harassment. Where you
How is
can't
that stalking?
You can't, because when it's a pattern of constantly shooting emails
Okay.
and texts and voicemails.
I'll give you all mine then, and you can see that too, and then you can go tell him that he's stalking and harassing me, and then I'll get a mutual restraining order, and then he can sit in jail when I start crying wolf on things he didn't do.
But the thing is that yours get dismissed, his is not.
And I'll pull our kid into it, because that's smart, because that's what good parents do. You don't have your co-parent arrested in front of your child. I don't care what happens. You do it at a different time. His first day of kindergarten,
He wasn't there. He didn't see.
he was right there. How are you going to tell me? He was not pulled away. Colton was right there. The second time, Colton was right there.
And stop doing this stuff.
Oh my God. So you're
Stop
justifying
doing
it. You're justifying it.
No, you are.
No,
because
I'm
you can't.
not.
He's saying he's a piece of dad, so I have to
Yeah.
let him have that aha moment. So that's
Oh.
why I have to keep harassing him.
Oh, but he can call me a piece of shit mom and go into court and make up a bunch of false accusations and
And
claim
here,
all
you won't
these
even
assaults.
clear your name for this. You won't even help
Yes, I
yourself.
will.
Then tell me who Dominic is.
That's not going to help me because then all you're going to do is you're going to go question him and you're going to dig into him, and that's not going to help me.
Why? If you said Dominic's the one that took the picture, then why wouldn't that help you?
Because then you have to go talk to him, you have to verify that with him. Dominic lives within, what, a mile of Cody? Like, these things aren't going to look
That
well
makes no
either way.
sense.
I'm afraid things are going to get turned around on me. Like they already
Dominic
have.
took the picture. How is
I also don't
that
have
gonna
his
help you?
phone number off the top of my head. I'd have to have my phone.
See,
I don't have it.
See, I got you dead to right, and you're not even
Really?
making sense. Just telling me how to.
I'll
clear
tell
this.
you if I can get his information. I don't know Dominic's last name. I don't know his phone number by heart. Like, this isn't like a lifelong best friend. This is just like a mutual, like, friend of a friend that I've met through people.
Okay,
You just don't happen
and
to
you
know.
told me that your friend Dominic just happened to live near him and was like, oh, hey, here's
He
Cody's
lived there
mailbox.
before Cody did.
Yeah, and
He
he
lived
happened
there
to be
before
like,
Cody did.
hey, here it is. Here's Cody's mailbox.
No, that's not what he said at
So
all.
why
He
did
said,
he
hey,
send it to you then?
because I told him that he's moving to Lakeville, and he was like, well, holy shit. And this was like a couple days past. And he was like, isn't this your kid's dad's
No,
last
it's
name?
not, because I have the email, date and time you sent it to him.
Right.
It wasn't a couple days past.
That doesn't mean that's not when I got it. Just because I sent it to him doesn't mean that's not when I got it. But even still,
You said you got this a couple days past him moving in.
no, I didn't. That's a couple days past. That sent is a couple days past me getting that photo, not days past him moving in.
Okay, so if you
That's
really
what
wanted
I'm
to
saying.
hear your name, you would tell me who Dominic is, so then I
I
can
don't
go
know
to
his last
Dominic
name.
and say, hey,
I don't know his last name. I have his phone number. It's in my phone. Like, this is one of those.
where does Dominic live?
What is that apartment complex?
Johnson or something?
No, it's, shit. It's like the kind of broken down-ish, not broken down, but it's like older. So if Cody's is here, like right off that main street, it's that one right here. I don't know what is the name of it. It's like Oak Village or, it's got like a small sign. It's really close, like blocks of that address. And that's why I was sending him the screenshots on maps, because I'm like, dude, you don't have to lie to me. Like, and yeah, I looked it up on white pages, like that's public information, because I just wanted to see. Yeah, I am nervous about who he's
But do you
living
see
with.
how after he tells you that, and then you start sending him, like,
Right.
emails afterwards badgering him? Like, no,
Doesn't
that's
it
not
make
it.
sense,
That's not
though,
it.
if I tell
But
you that
do
he's
see
lied
how
to me
that's
before?
harassment,
Do you see how that it makes sense, though, that if he's lied to me about it before?
You're not together. You have to do this report.
I still
You
have a
can't
legal right to
badger
know
him.
where my son lives and who he lives with.
Court.
I
You can't
have.
badger him
I
like this.
have. But he can do it to me? But you guys won't let me submit what I have for you?
Seriously, now you're talking in circles again. I said file a report, and you won't do it. You said you haven't done it. Maybe you should do it, but then you won't do it. So I don't know.
What kind
You're
of
talking in
report do you
circles.
want me to file? You want me to build up like 4 years of this? Like, I wouldn't even know how to start, like, because I don't feel like it's necessarily harassment. Do I think it's rude? Per se, yes. But I'm not going to sit there and do that because I don't think family does that. I don't think it's right to sit there and do that to each other.
So are you going to withhold Colton when you get out of jail?
No, I'm not going to withhold Colton. I just wanted the HRO to be amended so I'm not alienated from my kid's school and we have transfers set so I don't violate. I try to avoid
Then
this.
it might take a while in court to get it amended, so you're going to have to abide by it, and you cannot be contacting him.
So I can't go to my kid's school and I can't see my kid?
Not until it's
Wasn't
amended.
there an amendment, though, that said that, like, he would drop off and then you would pick up and then you would drop off and he would pick up from the school?
I don't know. I haven't been able to see my amended order. It was accepted in Dakota County, but I don't know if it's been...
Because if that's in
filed
the
yet.
order, then that would supersede you within that mile, because it would say you have to go to this location.
Well, and that's what I was worried about, because it wasn't specified, and so I wanted to avoid a violation, and now I'm still sitting here on a violation.
So do they send that to you in the mail, or how do you get notified?
I e-file. I have everything e-filed in
So
e-cert.
they would send it to you email if it was amended?
No, not even email, like straight, well, I guess the notification comes through email, but like it's attached to my e-file, just like an attorney would, because I'm a pro se. So I get it all electronic. So my email just bing, like, hey, so-and-so. And it's the same with the appellate court, too, because I filed for a writ of prohibition to have everything just, like, stopped for a minute because there's orders coming out and criminal charges coming out. The appellate court, I have my brief due in 2 weeks. And I'm just, like, my head is spinning right now.
So you're talking about Judge Carter, too. So when did that come out?
Judge Carter ordered it on Thursday, like just this past Thursday, the 29th.
Okay.
And it was super vague and super brief, and I didn't know that my son's school was 0.7 miles. I didn't look at his address because I guess I was failing on my stalking techniques that day. And after I went home, I read it, and I just, like, started bawling because I realized that his school is within 1 mile of his house. The original order only said half a mile, but Judge Carter upped it to 1 mile. And I'm like, well, now what do I do? Because there's nothing that says transfer. And I'm like, well, shit. We could transfer anywhere, and he's going to be like, oh, she violated, you know? And then it doesn't specify school, and I was like, well, I'm not going to miss his first day.
And unfortunately, then you're going to have to go back to court and get that specified.
I did. That's why I filed the amended order. I don't know if it's been amended yet. I don't have access to my email or anything. And that's why I was asking on the way, like when the transport brought me yesterday, I was like, bring me by Lakeville PD so I can talk to them, because then I at least have my phone right here. I can give them the order. I can give them all this stuff. I can give them my screenshots. And she was like, nope, like you're just going straight to jail. And I was like, but I have everything here for them. Like, here, go give them my phone. I'll write down the passcode for you. Let them look through it. Like, I understand how it looks, but that's only because I've just kind of dealt with it within a family realm versus calling the cops every other week or every other month.
You know, we also have a couple of situations documented where you haven't turned Colton over, you know.
That's because of a restraining order.
No, like, for example, like, there was a time recently where he was supposed to have him, and you didn't give him over.
It's because the restraining order didn't, the original one, that was right when I got out of jail, because he filed a restraining order, and I did too. And so he had one in Hennepin County, I had one in Hennepin, he had one in Dakota.
So it was the 19th, August 19th.
Yeah, but that one didn't have transfer in it either. And so I was like, look, man, again, transfer's not stipulated, because I'm that scared of violating. That's how much I don't want to violate. So I even have the messages from it. I emailed him, his mom, his attorney, everyone.
So, Jessica, if you're so afraid of violating, which I can understand, you're right. If that's the case, it is vague, okay? But why would you then continue badgering in emails? Like again, I understand you're angry. I get it.
Well, it was just one email, but like the OFW, it's more of just like, dude, like, stop. Like, we're family. Like, stop doing this. Like, 4 months ago, you wanted me to be your wife. 2 months ago, you're sleeping with me. And now, all of a sudden, like, we're back at this again. And we agreed to not ever do this again. Like, we made an agreement to never go this route. And now here we are again. And it's frustrating. And at this point, I'm like, screw it. Nobody's going to believe me anyways. Like, what do I really have to lose at this point? Like, it's all going to be stripped away from me again. I've been down this road. Yes, I was an idiot. I slept with somebody for a really long time that had a restraining order against me. I know that. I wasn't trying to harass him. I wasn't intending on that. The email was not supposed to go to him. It's not like I, like, put his name in there. It was a response to a thread that was already running. It was all about Colton and school and just trying to get basic information. And yeah, it's frustrating when I can't even get that. Like, he went behind my back and enrolled our kid and didn't even tell me. Like, I had to find out weeks later from the school. Yeah, I'm sick of being alienated. I'm sick of orders being put out that keeps me from even being able to be a mom. When I'm not a bad mom, I'm a good mom. And all I've ever done is thought about Colton. I've made some stupid decisions. Yeah, I'm human. I'm not trying to harass him. I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to instill fear in anyone. I just want my rights as a mom to stop being invaded on. I want people to stop lying in court about me. I'm not homeless. I never have been. I'm not abusive. I didn't punch you in the face like your dad did that. All of the instances that he's mentioning, that's why it gets frustrating, because I read through the affidavits and I read through testimony and I'm like, that's half the story. I wasn't even the one that hit you. There's a lot of things that get left out and it just builds up over time, and that's when that happens, is because I'm like, I can't believe that you are doing this. Like, what kind of sane person does this? Like, I would never want Colton to treat his kid's mom that way. I've never, no matter how crazy she is. And that's why I didn't file. That's why I didn't file reports. That's why I've never called the cops.
because I wouldn't want Colton to do that. I would want him to take care of his co-parent for the sake of their kids. That's all I've tried to do. That's why when he pled guilty to child neglect, I supported him, because that's the kind of man I want my kid to be. We lead by example. All my son has seen in the past 4 weeks is his mom get arrested multiple times. And now it's the 3rd time. It's not a good example for him, so yeah, it's frustrating. I don't want to talk to Cody. I've been trying to get away for years. I just want to see my kid and not go to jail for it. And I just want people to stop lying about me as a mom.
Do you understand why you have to stop doing the belittling, the berating, the name-calling?
Yeah, but it needs to go both ways, because he's doing the same to me. And this is in court papers. Like, this is public stuff. Like, this is stuff our son will see one day. And when there's no proof or nothing even remotely close to supporting it, it's even more frustrating.
But I have the emails here to show what, and I have...
Nothing that says I'm a porn star.
I have so many emails and voicemails recorded.
I do too.
And all the phone calls recorded.
I do too. Let me give mine to you too. I will give everything to you. Mine's not doctored. I will give you everything. You can have my entire phone.
Okay, the voicemails and the recorded calls are not doctored, and it's doing the same thing.
And how long ago were they?
And harassing. It's been the summer.
I have the same. I have the same things. That's what I'm telling you.
But the thing is, what some of the phone calls that I hear, it's him just asking to see Colton, and then it's you going on, berating, calling names, you know, and just, then one of them says that if you drop your affidavit, then I'll let you see Colton.
So that was beginning of June? That was way before our even last court hearing. That's not even relevant to what we're talking about right now.
I'm talking, because I have a lot of cases going on with you right now.
He did the same thing to me, too.
I have, like, all these documents of, like, basically stalking. It's showing a pattern of you calling, texting, leaving harassing voicemails, etc.
Okay.
This stuff, okay?
I can do this.
And then I have the case of now where you sent the emails violating the DACO and the restraining order.
That's not a violation. You need to read the order. That's not a violation.
I will verify.
Please do, because I'm sitting in here and I didn't violate. It's like, am I here because of an email? Like, is that why? Is that what he told you guys I violated?
Because providing this is the violation on there. Okay, it got sent to him from you.
And what date was that
It's
sent?
a violation.
Because it was sent to multiple people, not
The
just him.
31st
The 31st.
of August.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's why I'm sitting in here. That's why I was arrested.
Because a violation of
Okay.
the DACO and the restraining order.
So I would like to pull up mine so I can show you that it was an ongoing thread. It wasn't intention to do that. I also want to show you the OFW messages where he's literally saying, hey, you emailed me, don't do it again, or I'm going to contact the police, which
And I have
he already
that.
did.
I
Do
have
you?
that.
Do you have the one where it says, don't test me? That if you don't bring Colton to JFK? He's literally telling me to violate it. If you don't bring Colton to JFK, I will contact the police. Don't fucking test me on this. You don't see that one though, do you? I'll log into my OFW right now. You can pull it up and I'll give you my info and you can log in and view it. It's the last thing he said to me. It was the very last thing he said to me Monday night. And I was up all night Monday night, and I told my husband, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do.
But the thing is that he has the order.
He was literally telling me to violate it. He was telling me to violate it.
As you know, the person who has the order is protected like that, though.
You can't tell me to bring our kid to JFK knowing it's a violation and threaten to press a violation against me. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? Like, so you want me to violate it, or you don't want me to
You in the email say that you do not want him to go to JFK. You want him to go to a central location.
Yeah.
You know, and you are going to violate Judge Mears' order.
It's not that I'm trying to violate Judge Mears' order. I would just rather face a contempt of court than face an HRO violation, because I know a contempt of court's not going to get me put in jail right away. An HRO violation would. That's why I just told him, and I don't know if it's in there, but I said, hey, dude, just let's do one day at EP. I don't even care if it's a full day. Just let me take him to EP in the morning, do the kindergarten pictures, and then if you want to take him to JFK after that, be my guest. I can't stop you. But I didn't want to violate it. That's why I'm so frustrated right now, because I actually tried to be proactive in not violating it. And he was very, very persistent. You can pull up OFW right now. He literally said, I expect you and Colton to be at JFK. And I said, man, JFK is within 1 mile of your house, dude. Like, the orders are vague. Like, and I told all of that to him. He's like, I don't care. If you and Colton are not there,
He's contacting you guys. So what am I supposed to do with that?
Jessica, I will go back and I will verify. I'll look at the
Please
orders
do,
to make sure.
please.
Okay, I will. With you getting this ticket right now, that you will be able to get released, because you don't have to stay and see a judge or anything like this. So by you getting this citation today and whatever, okay, so you will, I'll tell them that you can get released, okay, because there's no point in staying here, because it's not a formal complaint, it's a ticket, okay?
I was supposed to be on ambulance today. This has ruined so many things. But thank you that I had.
So the thing is that, and I'm here to tell you, okay, from a mom to another mom, okay, please try so hard not to harass or berate him in emails or any kind of contact, any type of whatever, because it's just going to keep getting held against you, okay? And then we're going to get right back here again.
I'm not sorry.
We're going to have to teletype them for the release. Like, we can't just say, hey, release.
Our phones are down, fair warning. They have been since last night, so.
Well, I sent an email to Dakota one time, so I'll figure it out.
You have to email DCC.